Welcome to Speak for Yourself, presented by Hyundai. Marcellus Wiley here with Emmanuel Acho.
What's up, bro?
We changing it up?
I had to loosen things up a little bit.
Can you just spin for the camera a little bit? Y'all got to see the back of this thing.
You see the flowers.
Ooh,
The
floral arrangement on that back. I love it. But let's get it started with a beast, Lamar Jackson, who recently said he's, quote, tired of going home in the playoffs. Jackson is the reigning MVP, but he's still 0-2 in the postseason. The man who Lamar is constantly compared to is our own Michael Vick, who gave his thoughts on what Jackson needs to improve on in the 2020 season. Vick said, quote, playoff play. Last year was a bit disappointing in the playoffs because I knew the Baltimore Ravens would be in the AFC Championship game, and that game just didn't look good. Lamar is very accurate. His mental retention is through the roof. He's a guy you can win with. So, Acho, is it Super Bowl or bust for Lamar this season?
Bruh, Super Bowl or bust, my guy. Think about it.
It is?
It is.
Yes?
It is.
What?
But these aren't my words. These are Lamar Jackson's words, sir.
Don't do
2018, when they drafted him, you want to know what Lamar said?
What?
He said, they about to get everything out of me.
Earth.
They about to get a Super Bowl out of me. Believe that.
Yeah.
That's what Lamar Jackson said. Week 12 of the season, Lamar Jackson said, I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. I don't care too much about the MVP. We're taking it one game at a time, but I'm not worried about the MVP. Close quote. Just last month, when asked about Mahomes' deal, Lamar Jackson said, I got to win me a Super Bowl. I got to get where he at. And he wasn't talking about that moolah, but you said Lamar is tired, bro. You remember, I grew up in the church. It's a quote. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick.
Y'all quoting mystical in church? Is that what we do in the church?
Okay, it was quoted in church first. Look, Lamar Jackson, he realizes that is Super Bowl or bust. So I'm not going to sit here and lower the bar for him and try to say, no, he just has to win a couple games. He just has to win a playoff game. I understand that several quarterbacks didn't win the big one until later in their career.
Yeah.
But we also have to understand that Lamar Jackson isn't several quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson is putting threats on defense based on his arm, but he's also enhancing that threat because of his legs. We've seen the legs wither away as running quarterbacks start to get older. So Lamar Jackson, ceiling is a lot higher, but his window is a lot narrower. And the pressure for me, I'm putting it on the Super Bowl or bust type of season because that window is narrower, even though his ceiling is higher.
You just gave me a bibliography. What was all that like Lamar Jackson quote from 1 month, from 1 month to 1 month? And so right now, this moment, you want to say that it's Super Bowl or bust. I just want to make it clear. You want to say that right now.
All day.
Timing is everything. Now, when he goes to the podium and gives you player podium talk, you know to take that with a grain of salt. You got to do that, appease the fan base, pander. That's what you have to do as an active player. I get all that. But when I say timing is everything, I want you to say that Lamar Jackson, as you quoted, is not just like any other quarterback. He's special. He's different, right?
Absolutely.
How different? Is he a top 5 all-time quarterback?
Not yet.
Not yet? No. But you know there was a top 5 all-time quarterback by the name of Peyton Manning. And old Peyton Manning.
It took him a while.
Wow. It took him longer than Lamar Jackson. And not only did it take him longer than Lamar Jackson, he struggled in the moments that Lamar Jackson had. I look at it right now. Peyton Manning's first 3 playoff appearances, donut in terms of wins. 3 losses. Lamar Jackson's 0-2 right now. Lower completion percentage by the Peyton Manning, one of my favorite players ever. And the touchdown-to-interception ratio was worse for Peyton Manning. And his quarterback rating, Peyton Manning's quarterback rating in the playoffs, worse than Lamar Jackson's. Lamar Jackson just had a stroke of bad luck twice. One is I'm on the bench when the season starts as a rookie, and then y'all need me to come save my coach's job, replace a franchise quarterback, and go out there and win playoff games. And maybe you're asking a little too damn much. Come back the next offseason, you said I still couldn't throw. I was a receiver or a running back, and I just light the league up to having the most passing touchdowns. And then I'm out there, second best in the pocket, and you tell me we're going to run our system. Run is the key word. Our system and game plan in the playoffs. And what happened? You come in with a compromised running game. No Mark Ingram like we know Mark Ingram. And then all of a sudden, coach, who just got his job saved by this quarterback, said, I'm going to put it all on you because you just saved me last time. 59 pass attempts And they aborted their game plan. They aborted the mission. And that's what compromised Lamar Jackson more than anything. All I'm saying is you wait for Lamar Jackson in the playoffs next time. It's not Super Bowl or bust. It's just play better and make it culminate into a team win.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know that there is a problem when one of us is up here talking and the other one starts
it's all right.
That's when, like, it don't matter how much we try to keep our cool. Just know, if I'm ever up here talking and Marcellus start going, I know I'm in trouble. And that just happened to my dog Marcellus because he said Lamar had bad luck twice. And while I'm a Lamar fan and I would like to side with you, there's also a phrase, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Because now I believed in you for the second time. Lamar Jackson, the first time I'm going to give you against the Chargers, that was just a terrible.
He had to play him twice in 3 weeks.
I'm going to give you that.
Stop that.
But then after the Titans, I'm like, And yes, people will say, well, Lamar had 500 total yards.
Yes, he did.
Sure, he did. But let's look at the yards because there's something called hidden yardage. Although he had 500 or so total yards, he only had like 6 yards an attempt compared to his nearly 8 yards an attempt in the regular season. So we look at all these gaudy stats and these big yards, but remember, passing for a lot of yards doesn't typically indicate your team's success winning. Dak Prescott, Jameis Winston, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, all quarterbacks who passed for a ton of yards but didn't win a ton of games. So I look at that and I'm like, okay, that's a problem. But I want to show y'all something. Can we throw up this full screen of Lamar in the regular season versus Lamar in the postseason? Because this is a problem. Lamar in the regular season, he balled in 19-3. Beast. Completion percentage, 63. Beast. Touchdown interception, 42-9. Passer rating. But then you get to the postseason. 0-2, that's the first problem. 51% completion percentage, 3-3 touchdown interception ratio. So you see the problem, Marcellus, is Super Bowl or bust right now because at least I need to see a playoff win. And after a playoff win, I need to see a Super Bowl because that's what Lamar told me. These not Emmanuel Acho words now. Wow. I'm just the messenger, what they say.
Wow. Don't shoot the messenger.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Look, I'm not a violent man, but I'll beat his ass. I ain't gonna shoot you, but I'm gonna beat you up right now with this argument. Here's the thing. You left one column out on that full screen.
What column?
It would have been Peyton Manning's numbers, which are even worse than Lamar Jackson's. And that's Peyton Manning. But if you were the general manager, if you were the great Bill Polian, dare you try to knock down his statue. I dare you try. If you were the great Bill Polian after 2 games, you would have went up to Peyton Manning and said, it's Super Bowl or bust. And Peyton Manning would have, you know what he would have did? He would have busted. He had 3 straight playoff losses.
Because you're confusing some people right now, and I've let you get away with it twice. But are you really going to compare Peyton Manning, who we know is the greatest cerebral quarterback of all time, to Lamar Jackson, who has clearly proven himself to be a great thrower, clearly proven himself to be cerebral, but he is the greatest athlete at quarterback of all time. Now, I'm not sitting here making the Lamar Jackson's just an athlete comparison. That's not what I'm doing. But we know that Lamar Jackson is a bigger threat because of his athleticism. We're really drawing a parallel right now between the statue 6'5" Peyton Manning cerebral and Lamar Jackson, who we know has his greatest asset, which is his athleticism, is a depreciating asset.
Whoa, wait a minute. Which one had greater expectations coming into the league?
Peyton Manning.
Okay, all right. And then they didn't even say Super Bowl or bust to Peyton Manning. But you gonna say it to Lamar Jackson? Oh, excuse me. How dare you do that when he saved the franchise, he saved the coach's job, he saved the team. The arrow's pointing up because of him, but it's now Super Bowl or bust. Unfortunate and unfair. 24 different quarterbacks have started Super Bowls in the 2000s. How many of those have won a Super Bowl in their first 3 seasons? You would think, by listening to you, most of them. Hell no, 29%. 7 of those guys have been in the Super Bowl. It's not Super Bowl or bust. Context matters. You keep talking about hidden yards. I don't know. I've been on the field before. I was a running back, too. Ain't no hidden yards. Every yard I earned, damn it, and you saw it. Look, this dude went out there and passed for 300-plus yards and ran for 100-plus yards. You know how many guys have done that in NFL history in the playoffs? You know how many?
How many, sir?
Donut! Stop saying it's Super Bowl or bust, man. This dude is just on a trajectory to go up.